Yeah.
There was
I
a
had
3-minute
I had a
delay.
3-minute delay on.
Oh, okay. We don't need that.
The stream is now live. We are now
Oh, okay,
we are
cool.
now
All right.
balling.
Goodbye, gamers. Have
Goodbye.
fun.
I'm excited to watch this.
This should be very enjoyable. Starting off on Lijiang Tower.
Does Beater play anything except Junkrat currently?
Not really.
Oh, it's time.
We'll find out, I suppose.
Junkrat extraordinaire against his former teammates.
That's the way to do it. It's a bit of a redemption story, or maybe not. I don't know. Depends on how
the
it
lack
goes.
thereof, maybe.
Ilios
I'm not one to be biased, but...
might be wanting to pull out some Pharah gameplay, perhaps.
Oh? Do we play Pharah?
Probably not from us, but I know from Peter's time, he did enjoy playing Pharah. So that may be what WCC is thinking. Otherwise, I don't know. I haven't watched any WCC, so I'm not quite sure what to expect. Well, that's not true. I watched 5 minutes of the end of their game last week because I wanted them to win so we could play them this week. So I had to do that.
I hope to see some variety from Beater. I don't know if what we run here probably.
If I had to take a wild guess, I would assume that we run Sigma, and then probably a Sojourn, and then probably either a Genji or an Echo, and then probably a BAP, and probably a Lucio.
We finally let Reels play Sigma.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's considered viable.
He's like the best tank right now. I don't know. The patch notes really did a lot though. Hey, yo.
Yeah, I honestly thought Sigma was slept on for a long time.
I thought he was good, but it was like in organized environments for a while. He kind of got ran over just because he wasn't the tank that was good at the time, because there was a period of about 6 months where there was this tank is good now, and now this tank is the one tank in the video game. Seeing something a little bit interesting coming out from WCC here. Got a J Queen comp with a Life Weaver.
Oh boy.
Maybe some interesting
Life Weaver Baptiste.
Life Weaver Baptiste. I don't hate it. We'll see how they use it here. Should be interesting.
I also thought Sigma gets like deleted by 3-2-1 comp, but then when Bastion got buffed, that kind of made that harder to do.
Yeah, it is. He's a little bit
a lot better.
The existence of Bastion is almost an off tank in that comp, and he's able to put out so much damage that it almost keeps the pressure off of his own. Speaking of Bastion, Lotus with the turret form, whole bunch of cleave, already getting the immortality field out, and Real's gonna walk up inside there, trying to get some early picks off. T-Champ is gonna find the Bastion. Peter's stuck in a corner. There's just so much damage going into this tiny room. I'm not sure they're gonna be able to respond. Looking for a couple picks here is Beater, but in the end, just too much damage coming out from Binghamton.
Yeah, it looks like they want to take the left side there for the Junkrat extraordinaire, but turns out the other team can do damage too.
Yeah, probably not the worst idea, but when you pack your whole team into a tiny room, it's always going to be difficult against something as much damage.
Against the best Sigma in the world.
As this.
And now they're changing their approach and going middle.
Early tree coming out. Gonna force Binghamton back a little bit, but here comes the flux from Reels. 2 up.
Does he have lamp? He does not.
Reels just barely able to live, but everybody on WCC able to live as well. They should have a window coming up here pretty soon if they want to commit it, but it's going to be the Bastion coming out first. 2 big picks there.
Big. Oh, Lotus.
And the rest is just clean up here for Binghamton.
When Lotus shows up, he performs. It's incredible.
Yeah. Lotus probably happy about the game being delayed a little bit, as he was still driving somehow, even though the match is at the same time every week. I don't really know what he does, but he's here now and he's showing up. 2 big artillery kills to open up that fight. Couple of big ults
for the flank pick
on the field here for WCC, and they're not going to be able to find anything at all because they're just getting dropped super early into the fight. not really coming up with any response for Binghamton's early aggression other than to just go for whatever they can find. And now getting to 91%, nothing found from that tire. It's going to be a very uphill battle for them to try to find anything or even a touch at this
No
point.
one touching here, yeah. Ah, T-Champ just opens up that left side angle and then they start straggling.
Yeah.
No regroup.
That's, I think, one of the downsides of this J-Queen comp is if you do get picked off because J-Queen doesn't have any ability to really protect her teammates outside of Shout, it's really easy to get picked apart by some different off angles if you aren't quite 100% in tune with each other.
That is true. Switch is here.
This is
Lisa,
interesting.
I like that.
Oh, I thought they were gonna run something really similar of like old Clockwork Vendetta in EU, where they used to run that. It's pretty close, just without the hog there for a second, but
That was like the anti-goat comp. Right?
yeah, opting for something maybe a little bit more normal with the Zarya pick, but still a little bit of interesting stuff. They got the Mercy and the Torb, gonna be looking to just out spam Binghamton here.
I don't know about the Zarya with the Mercy, but I'm excited to see how it performs. Binghamton's just gonna opt to sit on point here. I think that's correct.
T-Champ here, opting into the Junkrat matchup. Maybe a little bit of an ego move that. We'll find out.
A little bit.
Peter is actually swapped off of it. He's gonna look for T-Champ over here on this flank. Nothing going.
Surveying the area on the flank here. Oh, they don't want to be in that mega room against. Oh,
there is T-Champ.
There's so much damage. Peter's gotta swap to the rat here for dominance.
Truly.
He goes to Farah.
Alright, we are gonna see
No
some
respect.
Farah. I was thinking whoa, Widow.
Widow, mate. Oh no, it's just for Son, right? Oh. Oh no, yeah, it's just for
Surely. Yeah, he didn't need that 6% charge.
And he does have a Mercy, so
Does have a Mercy.
Tank, very good on the Baptiste. Will not have a problem shooting him, nor will Lotus on Passion. So it's pretty hard.
It's an interesting swap, but
yeah.
oh my. Alright, T-Champ first ult on the board, definitely hitting his pipes so far in this one. Binghamton almost just steamrolling him right now. They are gonna get one back. Lotus gets a little aggressive, but Real's definitely gonna look to punish this one here. The tire coming out from T-Champ. Oh, he's looking for the Farah. Oh no.
They could bubble this if they don't shoot it. Where is he going? Oh my god.
Just
Pushes
got
like
it.
there a little bit.
Yeah. Somehow, while all that was happening, Real's able to find a pick on the tank matchup. There's not a lot left as far as defenses here for WCC, and Real's just gonna walk in super aggressive. He knows he can open him up.
Oh, can't shift the Zarya beam though in front of the window. Plays in front of it. Not gonna take too much damage. Lotus kills 2 people.
That window there is so good. They can just walk right in front of it, and there's zero space whatsoever for WCC to go. Lotus just gets to free fire. Oh, Sig walks in front of him. Nothing anybody can do. So it is gonna get a touch and possibly a grab here.
Does have grab. Should use it.
Does end up using it.
Big grab.
Anyone able to capitalize on it?
No touches.
Don't think so. So pretty dominant map one there from Binghamton.
Pretty dominant indeed. I
And
think
some rather unconventional picks from WCC, but some of them worked a little better than others.
WCC, my hometown college, I would like to see them group more. I think if they were to do that, honestly, they would stand a chance. But we will see in the next map.
That is true. Why is Ronan in queue? Who invited blood?
Who is that guy?
Why is Ronan all's back? This is
that?
it's T and Ang's teammate.
Oh yeah, they're on the same team though.
Yeah. I don't know why he's here. That is not all spec. Very comical. What map do you think we're going to see coming out here? Mitchell Ryan?
Mitchell Rye thinks... Wait, which map is after Control? I forget.
Hybrid.
Hybrid map. Probably Eichenwald or Kings, if those are in the pool.
I'm thinking Kings Row here.
Yeah, Ike or Kings are pretty decent for junk.
That's what I was thinking we might see a two-way junk matchup on Kings Row. If I'm thinking in the brain of a WCC player, that's what I'd like to see. And by WCC player, I mean beater. I'm only in your left ear? Like is that real?
Is that real?
Like, is that... Surely not.
You're in both of my ears. I don't know how...
Surely not, right? That doesn't even make sense. This is not Kings Row.
This is the...
How am I only in left ear? This is... Gruh.
It must be an OBS.
That must be OBS, because it's not...
Yeah, because you sound over.
It's not there. Huh. Curious. Let me... That is strange. Hello? Oh, I am only in my left ear. What the fuck? Why? I can do it mono. That's not my favorite.
I have been forwarded by the Binghamton committee to tell you to fix your shit.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's literally just an OBS is the thing. Like, because I can put it to mono and now it's good, but if I put it back to stereo, it's just But it's not like that in Discord, is it, Mike?
No, you sound normal here.
What? I don't
Put
know.
it to mono. It's fine.
Whatever. I don't like you, Ryan. Get out of here. Be on.
You can't just remove the president.
Watch me.
He just did though.
I can't believe they picked Numbani. That's fucked.
Yeah, that's a good sentence you're saying there, Riz. This guy. Are we good?
That guy.
Is Beater trying to find the skin setting? Oh god. We could be here all day.
Everyone is troubleshooting, but no troubles being shot.
Real. Prod is probably
good. Prod,
oh,
push it
that was
over.
loud. My bad.
Did you fix the mic thing?
I just set it to mono so it works.
That probably should work, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've gone with, so whatever.
That should work.
Yeah, it's weird that it's only OBS. Like that doesn't even make sense. I think I'd probably have to restart OBS so it'd fix.
Yeah.
It's not in your left ear. It is very much in both ears. All right. I was gonna moderate Numbani before this, but you know, we did not do that because nobody showed up. So we will see if they can figure it out. Sans moderation. Double hit scan coming out.
Don't believe we'll be seeing Lifeweaver, honestly, but interesting the
I-
body pick.
I'm not sure that we won't.
Oh, I mean,
I think we may see the life we pick.
we may
Actually,
see the life.
yeah, there's a chance.
Morgan, my former teammate, avid troller, loves to troll
Yeah,
frequently.
frequently. You get funny pedal guy, and now your Ana can get high ground again. See, this is useful. All right, they are gonna roll out on this double hit scan here from WCC. Definitely an interesting approach to it, as D.Va's not going to get much help from her deeps on this as far as high grounds are concerned, so it'd be interesting to see how they're going to try to take this. For now, though, just kind of poking. Couple are anti. They got to drop back.
They're going to decide to go top, which I do not like, but
I
they
think
go coast? No, they're going top.
I think with this comp, you kind of have to go top, just because of the position having double hit scan puts you in. You need to have somewhere for them to shoot, and from that low ground, they just are at a really big disadvantage the whole time.
Yeah, that is true, but they are going to get naded probably, unless they're just attentive enough to eat from... Oh, it's just eaten, I believe, actually. But Ryan
There
actually
is
okay.
the opening there. Found by Ryan, but instantly res back, so no real advantage. Lotus trying to get some value here. I think so far Bing are just able to keep them completely stuck in this room. No real way out so far.
They don't have enough like pushing power to have presence on this high ground unless they get something like a big cooldown off. Yeah, it's just
And that's a huge anti coming out there. And Lotus gonna get these cleanup kills pretty easily here. Oh, that's a bit rude. Oh no.
No.
Oh no. Oh, and they let her live too. It's brutal. So they are, of course, going to be waiting for that mech to come back. Beater tried to swap Widow to get that pick early. Not going to find it. There goes that ult charge. Swapping now to Bastion. Hoping to try to get some damage to here. I'm not sure.
New strats for sure.
Yeah. Some creative stuff, but maybe not the worst idea given just how far ahead Lotus was positioned. But not going to find anything with it. Of course, Lotus is going to be coming up on this blade here, and when you're walking into a room this small, it's going to be really difficult. They're going to be able to get that res right off the bat, but there's just so much damage. The bomb comes through.
No kills?
Oh, not the remake kill.
Just the Kiriko. Oh, it's over.
It's
Oh, wait, actually,
brutal.
Mercy kills Lotus. Classic Lotus gameplay there.
Lotus may be getting a little too ambitious, trying to go in without the blade, trying to just find some value, and WCC are actually going to be able to stabilize, and if they can get their Mercy back quickly, they might have a temporary 5v4 here, if only just for a couple seconds. But Beater walking back to spawn, opts to switch to that Genji.
Another anti.
Gonna find much. Here comes the bomb. It is half decent. And Morgan is going to die to it. Not half bad, but at the same time, when your D.Va is demeched, you definitely suffer some ability for the other team to respond with a dive of their own, and that's exactly what happens there. Ryan Raccoon and Lotus just able to swoop in and clean up all the squishies that are left.
I do like the Zarya switch. If they're going to keep pushing top, there's not really a need for D.Va to control high.
Yeah.
I do like it, but they are going to get, and it will help against the antis as well, and they're opting for coast, which I actually like as well.
I think they might find a little bit better use of coast here, especially having overclock now, but they obviously need to watch out for this blade coming out from Lotus here, right on cue. Gets 1, 2, slashing and dashing his way through WCC completely. He's going to keep going, trying to find the Czar before she can jump off the map. And a solid 4K there for Lotus. Yeah, that is one of the problems, I think, with the Mercy pick. Well, you do get some nice value in the res and whatnot. When there comes a big ult, like res or something, they really don't have any defensive ults to go with there. And they're just going to get opened up.
Yeah, they're gonna
On that last fight, and there's not a lot they can do. Maybe Nick 907 can kind of touch here. He is able to get it in time, but I don't think he's long for this world. Gonna tie to the dynamite. T-Champ and Lotus just cleaning everybody up here at the end of this, and a pretty dominant full hold from Binghamton, all things considered.
They did not come here to lose. They are playing their hearts out.
Yeah,
For sure.
Taking it seriously against a former teammate. Definitely not holding back any blows here.
Cathartic experience for all the times Beater may have trolled their game.
A little bit of payback, you think?
Maybe some bad blood, some drama.
This is for that time he picked Junkrat and Watchpoint Gibraltar. Perhaps a little bit.
Maybe. What if we were from the red team?
Yeah, another Lifeweaver coming out here. Kind of a popular character today, as well as a Sim and a Torbjorn. So, very interesting look at this hold. Probably looking to hold that top right area and just keep it super locked down if they can with the turrets and well, turrets and turret. Yeah, something like that.
And a J
Queen.
Bonnie.
Very unorthodox defensive comp
with
here.
the pedal, may be viable.
It certainly trying some new stuff here. I'm interested to see how this works. Not seen it before.
Yeah, looks like blue team, pretty much the same thing except T on the Widow instead of Ashe, and Morgan's on Mercy.
Definitely interesting Widow pick here.
Not sure on why we're on Mercy, but Morgan, as I
Morgan
likes to
kind of just does stuff sometimes. I don't know.
Morgan, professional troller.
T-Champ playing Valorant out here. I'm not watching that. That's boring. I'm sure eventually somebody will walk into it and he'll fire a shot, but I'm not waiting around for that to happen.
Morgan is pocketing. Oh, nice shot.
There is that shot coming out from T.
There will be some more on red team because they've opted for life.
Yeah. Opted out of the Mercy. T able to get that Symmetra really low. Lotus already up behind them. Gonna be looking for some value here.
Oh, big pull from the Weaver. Queen tried to push advantage on main there. Gets pulled out when they're anti.
It is very big.
Sustainable maybe for red team.
Another solid anti. Ryan probably gonna be looking to follow up on this one. They actually opt out. Lotus caught out completely. Not able to do anything here. And now, a good shot from T to equalize things, but still a little bit interesting here. For both teams, a very scrappy fight, all things considered.
Tank does get run down in main, but the Queen might get res here. Yes, Matrix by Ryan.
Res comes out, they are able to get it.
Defensive nade from Tank, as well as from T. We'll be poking here, someone's probably gonna have the first point soon on the corner. More shots from T, Valorant playing. Oh,
there is one from T. Finds the first. Beater dropped super low, is gonna die here, and now not a whole lot left from WCC. Some desperate defense from Total Gamer, but it probably not this long for the world. They are eventually going to get dropped. They do find Lotus in the process, but with nobody left alive for WCC, there's not much they can do. A long, scrappy fight to get that one from Binghamton, but they got it in the end.
Yeah, they did. Damn, he just drove here late, and he just does that.
maybe that's the secret. You just gotta.
You just needed to booze cruise a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
If you can booze cruise, you can do anything. Including that. And now
we at Binghamton VGA certainly support booze cruising.
False. Is it push now?
It's Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. I would act like I know which map they would pick, but I do not understand that mode still, so.
Look at my lobby host, bro. Who is this guy? What map are we gonna see here for Flashpoint? They're gonna pick Suravasa.
One of the 2 Flashpoint maps.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
I like
it's
this
my
one more.
favorite of the 2. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not saying much, but I do
Yeah.
like this one more. The mode is just awful, in my opinion. I'm not a biased commentator.
I don't think it's terrible. I prefer it to SUCP for sure, but I don't enjoy it that much.
Those who know me know I like 2CP.
I would rather see either of the 2 Flashpoint maps than I would like to see Coliseum come up on the screen, because I hate that map.
That's fair. I
I
don't like push either, but yeah.
I don't like push, but I really just don't like Coliseum, because that map makes me sad. They put a loop-de-loop in the map. Who does that?
Who does?
Who does that?
Who does that?
That is not normally. Suravasa does have this rather annoying thing when you're trying to like coach spec and you go up to the ceiling. Like the first point, the middle one, the one that is Aoi's first point, has a ceiling, like an actual physical ceiling, but it's got banners draped across it, so you can only go like 10 feet above the fight before you get inside of the banners, and it's just terrible. It makes me so sad every time.
You're like in geometry and you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so you're like, your option if you want to like do an actual third person spec is to either sit inside of the ceiling and not see anything, or just be really sad and 10 feet away from the fight and see nothing. It sucks. Oh yeah, I'm like not coach spec. I should not zoom around the map.
Morgan opts to not troll this map. Probably will pick Lucio, I'd imagine.
Do you expect not trolling from Morgan?
That's a lot to ask. I have made a video on a lot of the years I was on their team, and decent segment is Morgan trolling.
I would not
Morgan's on Bastion, okay.
be entirely surprised to see not trolling coming out from Morgan, as we see a roll swap here. A lot of roll swaps, actually. T-Champ Lotus on support, and Morgan and Hank picking up the deeps.
The only consistency is Reels on Sigma.
Yeah.
What did you expect?
I think you would be hard pressed to try to get Reels off of Sigma. Oh, you can't go through that. That's sad.
Observing the architecture.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
That's fair. Alari finally makes an appearance. I do like Alari. This map
does tend to be a pretty decent character. No Lucio from either side here. Both of them opting out of speed in the first fight.
Yeah.
Definitely an interesting choice here.
Lucio, very powerful, but hard to use in a team setting. Given that T-Champ no Lotus plays the board.
Yeah,
sense.
that is valid. Neither of them are support players. Some very interesting stuff here.
I just gotta get to the point.
Yeah,
Okay.
Binghamton
Pacifist gameplay.
with the Sigma just able to force WCC back entirely here. Just more damage coming out from them in this situation. Now, turret form coming out here from Morgan. Is he going to be able to find anything?
Reels is gonna get a flex.
Nothing coming through. Reels
Outrageous.
is just able to put out so much damage right now. Beater booped in by the mine, not able to find it yet. There is an Alari ult on the field. There is aforementioned flux from Reels, and that is going to clean up most of everybody on WCC.
We're not prepared for that.
Just a rapid, quick ultimate. They were trying to bank on their Alari ult, but the thing is that when you're playing against a Sigma, they have so many abilities that are just going to completely negate the ult entirely and make it so hard to hit that it's really difficult. I think Reels might be AFK, or he's typing something. I don't know.
Fixing something, alt tab,
I don't know.
surveying the area.
Something here. Are WCC gonna find a touch? No. They seem to be just playing for the next point.
I switched to Roger.
Yeah.
I've not seen this guy in a while.
Looking to play a little bit more brawly than they already were on that Orisa comp, though. In fairness, they didn't play super brawly on it. Morgan able to cut them off on rotation here, pick somebody off early on. Looking for more. Almost gets the bat, but is going to get dropped himself there. A little bit too greedy. What is T doing? T-Champ super in here.
Oh, windows.
Reels, I believe, has disconnected.
Oh, and he's that's
Beater doesn't know how to find the pause button. Alright, I think we're going to continue to play. I don't know what's happening. And we're not roll lock.
Most competitive Overwatch, man. The tank health is wrong.
Yeah,
Wait, why?
it's on 222.
That's so wrong.
It's on 222.
This guy.
This guy. Who let Beater be lobby host? This explains why when I
I
joined.
can't maintain my composure as an esteemed caster. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Thank you, Ronan. Yeah, surely we can figure this out. That that was something.
It could have been malicious from Red Team. I mean, maybe they wanted the Sigma nerfed. Some less
I think
health.
it nerfs the Ramatra a bit more than it nerfs the Sigma.
If they were willing to do it on an
There's-
individual character basis, perhaps they could
Perhaps.
get away with some thievery, some mischief rather.
Yeah, this is their plan the whole time. Now that custom rules have changed, Team 2 now does 500% more damage.
Yep. Secretly buff Junkrat.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like in Smash when they modify the launch value. Like pre-game.
You do that?
Yeah, you can. People did it in like a pretty big tournament and got pretty far. They have to like stop the finals and they're like, we have to investigate the launch value
That's funny.
because someone just changed it.
So he's like, fuck it.
Yeah. And it affected like a lot of results. It might have been 4, or maybe it was Ultimate. I forget.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Didn't Sakurai like publicly say that he didn't want anybody to actually compete in any Smash game? Like,
Yeah, no,
doesn't,
yeah.
doesn't he like
publicly said
actively
that it's a
hate
party
the
game.
competitive community?
Yeah.
That's
I
so
don't think he hates
funny.
it, he just doesn't support it. Because he doesn't design it that way. Which is surprising because Melee is like pretty imbalanced.
That's true.
Considering how old it is, it's like there's like 8 or 9 viable characters out of like 20. Which is more than like most fighting games now.
I don't know. I don't play fighting games, just like generally.
Neither do I, but I know Melee is pretty impressive for how old it is and it doesn't get patched.
It's true. Oh, we got another 30-second waiting period. Let's go. Yes. I can practice my OBS skills. Now that the Overwatch League's dissolved, I can be the new OBS something. I don't know. Whee. You know, you're not gonna see in the Overwatch League
What?
a loop-de-loop.
Wow.
Aw, yeah. Now that's gas. What even are the spawns on this map? There they are. Oh, I'm not gonna make it in time. Oh. All good. Alright, here we go again. A brand new fight on this brand new map we haven't seen. Nothing happened in the last 10 minutes. There was nothing there. You actually hallucinated all of that. The voices. Once again, nobody rolling out on a Lucio at all. However,
for blue team.
Very different stuff here from WCC, rolling out on May J Queen. They seem to be
What are they doing?
giving up point
What are they cooking?
entirely. There's
cooking?
a TP coming through here. There is said TP. They're going to try to go in really aggressive. A rock immediately able to pick them up, and they're just going to get mowed down by the Bastion entirely. I think
I respect it.
if I respect the idea, I think they would have a lot better luck with that one if they were to roll out on a Reinhardt. I think just with how much damage they're able to put out with the Bastion and the Sigma Rock, you're going to have such a hard time coming out of that teleporter and accomplishing much of anything. Doge, they're able to pick off Morgan really early here. Maybe a little bit too ambitious from him there.
Don't want to discredit Doge though. Those were some nice shots, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't watch him, so... Look at my OBS, bro. He's missing every kill.
Oh, wait. They could have picked. I think they're down 2 for current.
Yeah. 2 picks here for WCC, and Binghamton forced entirely off the point here. They're just going to give it up pretty much for free. Wait for respawns to happen. Some good stuff. Good team play, and some nice shots coming out from WCC. Able to really put a dent in this hole.
Here gets booped up by Veter's Mine.
Yeah. Peter able to just keep this area completely locked down. But now, Binghamton with some very ambitious plays. They've got him almost entirely surrounded. Hank is going to have the blade available here in a second. Reels with the flux really early on. Able to pick off both Beater and both supports. And now, not a whole lot, I think, that Nick 907 can do with his whole team crumbling in front of him to the power of a flux.
Down. But they did get 58%.
Yeah, solid stuff here.
Nothing to scoff at, and they will get another fight.
Yeah, they do have to go quickly as they don't have a Lucio, so remember Flashpoint ticks a lot faster than in Koth, so they need to be moving right about now if they actually want to get a tick here. Binghamton here very much looking aggressively to stuff this, not let them get anywhere near a tick, and they certainly aren't going to get that at all. 2 ultimates committed from the side of Binghamton, though. That's both support ults, and so WCC are going to have a pretty good ult advantage coming into this next fight here once this point unlocks.
That was just a Flashpoint understanding difference. They knew they were going to be pressed for time with that Lucio and just pushed up.
Yeah. Very good stuff from Binghamton, and pretty unexpected. Peter just able to survive with his life here, but would expect to see some ults coming out here. That is the Nano committed and the Rampage going onto the Bastion and the Sig. If they can kill Immor, they should be able to get Morgan here, and Reel's falling super low. 2 very good ults coming out from the side of WCC. No real ultimates in response. Hank immediately shut down by the trap from Beater. That's going to be embarrassing.
Oh, supports are actually killing our plot here.
But somehow, the supports from Binghamton able to get a couple picks here, but Doge answering back with one of his own. And WCC going to get a cap without very much progress given up.
The supports that Binghamton are playing are basically glorified DPS, so...
They're basically playing 5 deeps, if we're being honest.
A lot of damage.
That certainly is the idea here. A lot of space given up from the Fies of WCC. There's a lot coming through. That tire is going to find one through Immortality Field.
You have solo ults, the ultimate chunk.
Yeah, that very interesting idea there from T.
He should die.
And Hank just able to keep himself on the map. But is he going to be able to win this fight? No. Thinks better of it, walks off, and WCC gonna even it out here. Picking up second point. I don't think there's really any way that Binghamton can touch.
Especially with that kill.
Especially with Hank dying to Vita there.
Thanks, Echo. Not inspirational as of yet. I'm ready to be convinced otherwise.
Yeah, certainly. You know, it has been very inspirational this fight. I think Doge's Ana has been getting a couple of early picks, a couple of good nades early on. That is asleep on the Echo here. Are they going to be able to clean this one up? No, not quite. Not able to get there in time. But
Battle Pass owner, you know they're formidable on the Ana.
Yeah.
The J Queen actually.
True.
Former Battle Pass owner.
Former Battle Pass owner.
They're gonna work through the middle here.
Yeah, Binghamton again able to get to the point first. The flux coming out here. There is a wall from Total Gamer, and they have lamp, but everybody now so low. Morgan gonna drop that artillery strike. Everybody stuck in this room. No Immor to speak of or anything like that. Everybody able to survive for now. And now WCC, they've got some ults of their own after waiting those out. Lotus able to drop early, but I think with a nano here, they might be able to win this fight, but
they have lost their piece, though.
Early window and the loss of the BAP, they just aren't quite able to stabilize in time, and I think Binghamton certainly going to march them on down here. They should be able to secure these 2 kills pretty easily.
And they should rush there, but I don't think it was for any good reason. I think that if they backed up and stabilized a little bit more, they would have better purchased them.
Definitely an unlucky death by the BAP that makes it so they can't really stabilize the way they'd want to. Leader, again, looking for this Widow spawn swap. Still hasn't found anything with it yet, but he keeps trying.
It'll work eventually.
Yeah, you know, at some point, he will certainly get something. But instead of getting a pick with that, he is going to get dropped super early by Hank's Echo. Maybe it is a little bit more inspirational now than it was earlier. Nick and Doge able to trade him back, though, and forces the Flux out of Reels. It's only 1, but if he could pick up this Ana, you got to think that's going to be fight. And the point for Binghamton.
Yeah, that was enough. It kind of just happened so fast. Like, yeah. That's expensive, but the point.
Very scrappy and a lot of ults used. Here's another very interesting ult. T-Champ seems to be interested in ulting the spawn doors and gets no tags with it. So, not the greatest ult I've ever seen. And for their ambition, if you'd call it that, though,
that's
I think...
I know. That's my former damage duo. That's my guy.
I think greed might be a better word than ambition there. He is going to lose his tank player, and now WCC, I don't know if they know, but they have an early advantage here. They do temporarily have a 5v4, and that's turned into a 5v3. Beater with a very nice combo to open things up.
Best Junkrat in the tri-state.
Yeah. And now, going to be very hard with Morgan dying. Not a lot going on. Good pick, good awareness from Nick 107 to get that pick, and Nano committed now.
T-Champ's gonna pick up too, actually.
They're definitely gonna try to open things up, but T-Champ.
No, the Junkrat and the Beppi stay. Not staying. Reels and Hank. Oh, they have no heals. This is gonna go to blue. Most likely.
Most likely. Yeah.
Lotus is on Lucio. I don't.
That's a character. I don't know.
Oh, he's going in.
Oh. Hank with the Junkrat copy.
Proving dominance.
After the fight's over, that's another ult past when the fight's over. He's going to look for Tyre. He's only got 3.5 seconds of it. Not going to find anything with it, as he was a little bit rushed there, but the idea pretty good. But now a real Tyre going to come out from Beater in just a second here. It'll be interesting to see how he sets this up. If he's able to catch somebody out on Binghamton, I don't think they know he's here yet. Oh, never mind. They do. Here comes Morgan. He knows exactly where it is. Able to stuff it completely. There's the form committed. And the Flux. Oh, no.
Disaster. But they do end up winning.
Yeah. A bit of a disaster there from Dieter. Looking for
so many ults.
A big side.
Get a clean fight with that Lucio here.
I know. Definitely gonna be an uphill battle here to try to get anything. Beater trying to swap that Sombra to touch, but he's so far away. Is he gonna be able to get there in time? He has to commort the trans low. Getting spy checked, not gonna be able to get it in time. Binghamton will take the series 3-0, but I think WCC, especially on that last map, able to put up a bit of a fight.
Yeah, they were able to take, I believe, one of the points, and one of them was quite close. I think in the last one they just got small camp and staggered a little bit of a flashpoint error, but
true. To be wrong.
To the best of us, this game mode is hard to understand. So.
It certainly is. If you're not paying active attention to it, the rate at which those ticks go it'll catch you off guard, especially without a Lucio, because some of those, right, if you lose the point at about 65, you can usually get a touch, whereas sometimes it's quite difficult.
Sometimes you're just rotating points, and then you realize that their spawns are next to you, and you're in Brazil, and then you die. So,
true.
Not that fun. but respectable performance from WCC. My hometown.
Kid named Westchester.
Kid named Westchester. Kid named Community.
You're telling me this Westchester was a community college? Yes, there's an interview, Ryan. There is now, because I've decided there is one. So we're having
Let's
an interview.
go.
But
Who did we get?
I need to get somebody, so I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, I've asked for an interview, and the only thing I got was if hating was a job gift from Hank, so that's pretty big. Hang on, I'll be right back. Entertain the stream, do like handstands or something, I don't know.
I can do it.
Okay.
Hey,
I
what's
can
You
do
up?
got it, real.
You want it, Reels?
Yeah.
Alright. you're
Wait,
doing
did
it.
he just come to
Yeah,
us?
always does the interview.
No.
Wow.
Alright, we're getting Reels. Speaking of
We have
Reels,
Reels
here
in
is
the booth.
Reels. Can we
Hey.
get a
Ooh.
plug, Reels?
Who's this guy? Plug.
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 Why's T in here? How did T get in here?
I'm just
Let him start.
Okay.
I like.
Shoot, I'm supposed to do an interview.
yeah.
Ask him questions.
Ask some
I
questions.
gotta
So wait,
ask
I
some
got it.
questions.
So Reels, how do
Okay.
you feel about that last match you just played?
We fought hard. We fought well. There was a little bit, some little bit of mistakes. Sometimes a little bit, few, not too major. That beater guy, big player on their team, put up a good fight on Numbani.
Only on the bunny.
Only on Invani.
Okay.
I'll-
Follow-up question. How many 3-2-1s did you do?
You know how when you count from 3, 2, 1, the number that comes after that would be 0? That's how many times that came out.
Yeah.
I don't really. I have my own
okay.
little. I have my own little rule. I like to keep
Uh-huh.
the team guessing so that the enemy team doesn't know what we're planning, because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. If my team knows, then their team probably knows, right?
Okay, so I just wanted to point out that on Suravasa, you dropped one of the points. What happened there?
Real.
I overdosed on milk and forgot to go on point.
You can't overdose on milk because you can live off of just milk. But
Oh,
okay.
I have a question for you. How about let's flip the script? Could you live just drinking milk?
Whoa, wait, stream. I have a question. Would you rather have infinite bacon, but no
Oh, this
games,
fucking-
Not this one again.
or
Thank you, Hank. Alright.
Any further questions?
I do have a further question. What was
Go ahead.
what was the reasoning behind the inspirational swap of Hank to play Echo on that last map?
Why don't you ask Kevin?
I don't know. Because he's not
Right
here.
there.
Is he?
Right there.
Oh, Hank, what was
Right
the
there.
swap? What was the inspiration behind your swap to go Echo on that last map?
My DPS gameplay is absolutely inspirational. My peasant teammate T-Champ, or whatever the fuck his name is, fucking awful player, to be honest. Fraudulent role, to be fair. So like, I was like, yeah, I want to play a Lari. Yeah, I like hit scan. I like sitting in the backline and doing nothing. So like, I had to take matters into my own hands. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Yep, Hank is a Baptiste player. Baptiste is just DPS but harder.
That is true.
He's really just showing up T and being better at his own role than he is. Maybe this is a role swap we should make to the future, putting T on Brig permanently for all time.
Yeah,
I didn't play Brig.
I feel like
I
that'd
don't
probably be
care.
pretty
You're going to
beneficial.
Brig permanently.
I kind
my
of
Brig
like it.
goes hard.
I like
Whole
it.
fucking team roll swaps and then he's just.
This is not an interview anymore. The entire team is in here.
This is a team interview.
Team
Why don't you
interview.
ask the whole team a question? Why don't you
Yeah.
bring out the whole ocean?
Bring out the whole ocean.
Bring out the whole ocean.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Hi, Lotus.
You gotta turn that shit off.
Thanks for
So
that.
for you, did you drunk drive before this game?
No, I wasn't drunk.
I was just
Ah.
a little bit tipsy.
So what we're saying
I
that
didn't
Binghamton VGA doesn't actually support boost
You don't
boosting,
have
which
to
is very
answer that
sad.
question without a lawyer, by the way.
It's true.
Well, I choose to. Look,
You really should not.
everyone can get
Wait.
a little bit drunk
Hank.
as long as you drink Budweiser products before you get in the car. You cannot be legally pulled over for drinking and driving if anything from Anheuser-Bud is in your car. They just signed a massive deal with the corporate government. Joe Biden signed it himself. I saw it, where any Anheuser-Bud products can be drank while driving.
What are you even talking about?
Is this important?
Hashtag ad.
Hashtag ad.
I didn't know we were sponsored.
We are
but
truly
that's
I will,
Me
guys,
neither.
I will single-handedly just get us a facility.
Thank you.
If we can have
Anheuser-Bud connection.
the Budweiser Binghamton VGA facility would go crazy.
As long as the
Yeah,
facility has a Budweiser dispenser in it, I think we're good.
Yeah.
That's the whole facility actually. There's a gaming room with one PC, and then just an entire fridge just like stocked completely full with Budweiser products.
Instead of like Red Bull or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, instead of Red Bull pitches, it's just like a walk-in cooler with just beer.
That's crazy.
It's a new plan. We gotta get whoever sponsored that baseball stadium thing. We gotta get them to sponsor the
I believe that was
the Budweiser
a
VGA
wealthy
room.
man, a very
All right, let's
wealthy
start pulling
man.
people from other teams and interview how
alumni.
them.
No.
Get Ron in here, bro.
Mid-map.
Get Raj in here.
Can we get away with Ron?
They're literally
Dude.
scrimming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't let that stop you.
Don't let that.
Ask them how their
rude.
scrim's going.
How's your scrim go?
I do have one thing to report though. Peter
Okay.
did not juju on that beat.
No, he did not.
I would say that was the most fatal flaw of the WCC team.
He did not juju on that beat.
It's very important to hit your juju.
Nor did he bust it
On that
down
beat.
sexual style. And with that, I think that's the end of
that-
our interview. I think
That was all live? Oh, no.
that was all live. Yes.
Oh no.
None of
Is this
that
on
was
record?
not live.
Is
Yes.
this on record?
Yes.
In 1989, there was a massacre in Tiananmen
Oh
Square.
god.